So, first of all, we have to know about what is a oral communication. Oral communication is also known as the verbal communication. We can say that the communication which are done orally or by using words are terms to be the oral communication. So, oral communication is a form of human communication that involves expressing thoughts, ideas, or information through spoken words. It is a fundamental aspect of daily interaction, ranging from casual conversations to the formal presentation and speeches. Here, we can say the spoken words is basically a type of oral communication. Communication, the act of process of using words, sounds, sign, or behaviors to express or exchange information, to express your ideas, thought, feeling by using words to some another are terms to be the oral communication. So, as I've told you before, also there are various types of communication. So, communication basically means only we have to transmit the information in any organization or individual to understand the response result. So, that comes to be the communication. Okay, now we have to know what are the objectives of communication, why communication is important. So first of all, spoken words to give or receive information. So oral communication primarily relies on spoken language to convey message. This include using vocabulary, grammars to transmits the ideas. That terms to be the spoken words. Okay, convincing the right message. Always you have to give a right message to the other party so that he or she can give a proper response to you. Next comes to be the interactive process. What is interactive process? Unlikely written communication, oral communication is interactive and dynamic. It involves a continuous exchange of information where both parties engage in the active listening. That comes to be the importance of oral communication. Next is your to provide advice. Once we communicate with each other, they will also helps to provide the advices. They will give the feedback to us. So that comes to be the providing the advices. Next, development of managerial skills. What do you understand by development of managerial skills? Oral communication contributes to the development of managerial skills such as leadership, decision making, and conflict resolution. Managers use oral communication to delegate tasks, provide guidance, motivate teams, and address challenges effectively. Next is your good industrial relation. What do you understand by good industrial relation? Oral communication play a crucial role in maintaining positive relationship between management and employees within industrial setting. It involves communicating policies, produces expectations and feedback in a clear and respectful manner. This includes addressing concerned negotiation agreement and promoting mutual understanding. Next comes to your effectiveness of policy. So effectiveness of policy in oral communication help in determining organizational policies produced and guidelines to ensure understanding. It involves explaining policies during orientations, training sessions, to team meeting, and addressing questions or concern for the employee. Clear communication of policies promote consistency, fairness, and address to organizational standards, reducing conflicts and promoting a work environment. Next is your to receive suggestion. Oral communication enables organizational to gather feedback, ideas, and suggestions from employees, customers, or stakeholders. It involves creating opportunities for open discussions, brainstorming session, survey, or feedback mechanism to encounter important and participation. Actively listening and responding to the suggestion through oral communication, innovation, continue improvement, and strength relationship with the stakeholder. Each objective relates to the oral communication, serve specific purpose in facilitating information exchange, promoting collaboration, supporting organization goals, and enhance relationship. Effective oral communication skills are essential for achieving these objectives. Ensure clarity, understanding, and meaningful interaction in various contexts. So we can say these are the objectives of communication. These are the major objectives of communication which helps to get our desired result. Next, we have to come with the scope of communication. What do you understand by the scope of communication? So we are having various scope of communication. First is the information sharing. The main purpose of communication is to transfer the information from one person to another person. For example, I am sharing the information to you guys, so that's a information sharing. It is a best example of information sharing. The primary goal of communication is to transfer information effectively from one source. One source is your sender to target the individual or group, that is your receiver. There are various types of information. Information shared can include organizational update, policy, procedure, project details, market insights, customer feedback, and more. There are various methods also to share the information. So, as we all know, meetings, emails, report, presentation, these are some of the methods to share the information. Right now, this is the very good example. What method I am using to share the information with you, that is the online method. Like I am sharing with using the visual aids to share the information with you guys with the help of PPT. That is your PowerPoint presentation. Importance: if efficiencies. Information sharing ensure that everyone within the organization has access to necessary knowledge and data to perform their role effectively, make informed decision, and stay aligned with the organizational goal. So now our second is objective is feedback. Feedback is very important while communicating with each other. If our information is not shared by the other person, so how he or she can give us the feedback? So feedback is also very important in communication. Serve multiple purpose, including providing recognitions for achievements, offering for improvement, and assessing progress towards the goal. So types of feedback, we are having various types of feedback. Feedback can be given to employees on their performance. If any of the employees perform very good, so they will give a feedback like that you have achieved the goal. They will give the recognition. So recognition is also a type of a feedback, so that the employees may motivate and in future he or she may achieve the goal easily. To managers on fulfilling of goals or vice versa. Okay, now next comes to what are the methods we use to share the feedback. Feedback mechanism can include performance review, one-on-one meeting, team discussion, survey, and suggestion box. What is the importance of feedback? Why feedback is important? Effective feedback forecast continuous improvement, boosts morale, enhance employees' engagement, and help in addressing issues or challenges properly. Communication is often used strategically to influence attitudes, behavior, and perception within the organization. Manager and leader use various communication techniques such as perception, motivation, storytelling, and role modeling to create a positive work environment, build trust, and forecast protective relationship. The importance of influencing people, it helps to align individual in terms with organizational values, goals, and objectives, promoting teamwork, cooperative, and commitment. Next comes to your problem solving. The purpose of problem solving in communication play a crucial role in identifying, analyzing, and resolving problems or conflicts within the organization. The method of problem solving in communication involve open discussion, brainstorming session, conflicts resolution, meeting, negotiation, and collaboration among the stakeholders. The problem solving is also important for the communication facilities, the sharing of ideas, perceptions, and solutions, leading to the quicker resolution, improved decision making, and strength relationship. Next is the next and last scope of communication is facilitating change. So communication is essential for introducing and implementation organization changes smoothly and successfully. The method of facilitate change is clear and transparent communication among the reason for change, expected outcome, timelines, and potential impact. Help employed understands and adapt to new initiative. The importance of facilitating change is basically for the effective communication, reduce, forecast, accept, and support. All the organization can adapt and involve in response to the international and external change. So, apart from this, there are various types or the objectives of communication apart from this also. So, for that, next topic we already discussed that communication in organizational settings serve multiple interconnected purpose including information sharing, feedback, provision, influencing attitudes and behavior, providing problem solving and facilitate changing. Each of these scopes required clear, timely, and effective communication practice to achieve desired outcome, promote collaboration, and maintain organizational effectiveness and efficiency. Now, next comes to the basic element of communication. So, basic element of communication are your senders, encoding, message, receivers, decoding, feedback. We can also they say this is a type of a communication process. Communication process is a cycle. One is begin with sender and ends with the sender in the form of feedback. As before also we have discussed about the communication process, but now for we have discussed in a detailed form. So who is sender? The very foundation of communication process is led by the person who transmits or send the message. He is a sender of a message which may be thought, ideas, a picture, symbol, reports, or an order, an posture and gesture, even a smile. The sender is therefore the initiator of the message that needs to be transmitted after having generated the ideas, information, etc. The sender encode in such a manner that can be well understood by the receiver. Okay, now next come to who is your receiver. Basically, who is your receiver? Receiver is a person who will receive the message. Receiver is a person or a group who the message is meant for. He may be a listener, a reader, or a viewer. The receiver needs to commence the message sent in the best possible manner such that the true intention of the communication is attained. The extent to which the receiver decodes the message depends on his or her knowledge of subject matter of the message, experience, trust and relationship with the sender. Now we have to know what is message. We have know about the sender, who is the sender. We have know about a person who is receiver, who will receive the message. Sender is a person who will receive. So what is message? Message is referred to as the information conveyed by the word, as in the speech and write-up sign, pictures or symbols depending upon the situations and the nature and importance of information desired to be sent. Message is the heart of communication. It is the content the sender wants to convey to the receiver. It can be verbal, both written and spoken, or non-verbal, that is symbolic or picture form. Now, what is encoding? We have known about the sender, message and receiver. So, what is encoding and decoding? So, first we have to know what is encoding. Encoding is putting the targeted message into appropriate medium, which may be verbal or non-verbal depending upon the situation, time, space and nature of the message to be sent. The sender puts the message into a series of symbols, pictures or words which will be communicated to the intended receiver. Encoding is an important step in the communication process, as a wrong and inappropriate encoding may defect the true intent of the communication process. Now, what is decoding? What do you understand by decoding? Decoding refers to interpreting or converting the sent message into intellectual language or intelligent language. It especially means comprehending the message. The receiver, after receiving the message, interpret it and try to understand in a best possible manner. So, the last point, what we have to convey, what are channels? So, what are channels? Channels is basically the methods of delivering your message. Channel refers to the way or mode the message flow or transmitted through. The message is transmitted over a channel that link the sender with the receiver. The message may be oral or written, and it may be transmitted through a document, a computer, telephone, cell phone, apps, or the television. So basically, these are the basic type of elements of communication. So last we have to discuss what is the feedback. Feedback is the action which receiver decodes and sends it to the sender. So feedback is the ultimate aspects of communication process. It refers to the response of the receiver as to the message sent to him or her by the sender. Feedback is necessary to ensure that the message has been effectively encoded, sent, decoded, and comprehended. It is the final step of the communication process and show that the receiver has correctly interpreted the message and it was in by the sender. Now we have to learn about the importance of oral communication. Why oral communication is important? So as I told you, oral communication refers to the process of expressing information or ideas through spoken words. It involves exchange of information, thoughts and feelings between individual or group using the verbal communication. So now we will learn about the importance of oral communication. First is your clarity. Clarity basically means the information which you are providing to the other person, that should be clear. There should be no language barrier while communicating with each other. Oral communication allows for immediate clarification that ensure the message is conveyed to the receiver is accurate. Next is your building relationship. While communicating with each other, build a relationship is very important. It helps for the effective oral communication to build and maintain relationship in personal and a professional setting. Now, what is feedback? Now, feedback, as I've told you, it is the ultimate aspects of communication process. It refers to the response of the receivers as to the message sent to the senders. Feedback is necessary to ensure that the message has been effectively encoded, sent, decoded. It is final steps of communication source and shows that the receiver has correctly interpreted the message as it was intended by the sender. Now next is your speed and efficiency. So speed basically the quicker and more efficient than writing communication. If we write any communication, it may cause delay in response. So here somehow the speed basically means while communicating with each other in the verbal format, so there is no delay in the format. We will get a quick decision making or quick response from the receiver end. Next is your social interaction. Social interaction also play a very important role. It allows an individual person to express their feelings. They will share their experiences. They will connect with the other for the personal level. Now next comes to you, what are the principles of oral communication? So as you can see, there are various principles of oral communication like clarity, concise, audience awareness, non-verbal cues, active listening, appropriate tone, and so on. So here you can see only 6 principles of oral communication, but I will let you know there are various types of oral principle of oral communication. So we already discussed about clarity and concise. So in short way, I will tell you clarity means like we have to be very clear and use simple language so that it should be understood by using the other person. Concise, like we have to give a message in a very shorter format so that it is easily understood by the other person. We have to avoid unnecessary details. It should be very clear and in a very concise manner. Now okay, so now again we have to know about the audience awareness. So audience awareness basically means while communicating with each other, we should know that our audience is aware about our communication, like our information. We have to know the expectation and level of the knowledge of our audience so that we can easily give the informations to them. Next is your non-verbal clues. Non-verbal clues basically like your facial expressions, your gestures, your body language, so that it may distract from your message. Next is your active listening. Active listening by acknowledge the speaker, asking questions and providing feedback. This shows the respect to the other person. Now here you can see there is a appropriate tone. Appropriate tone basically means what information you are providing to the other person. Your tone should be appropriate. You do not have to use any specific or a very negative language, so it may affect the other party. So use a tone that match the content and the audience. Adapt your tone to convey empathy and enthusiasm or any other emotion as required. So here I has already told you, you can see only six points over the screen, but here we are having some other principle also. So one of them is confidence. Project confidence is your communication, maintains eye contact, speak clarity and avoid nervous habit that may distract from your message. Next is your organized structure. Organized structure thought logically and present them in a structured manner. Main include an introduction, main point, and a conclusion. Next is your credibility. Establish credits by being well prepared, knowledge, and honest. This enhances trust and confidence in your communication. Last is your adaptability. Adaptability is to unexpected situation or change in the communication environment, the demonstrate flexible and professionalism. Now comes to the next part is your barriers of effective communication. So we are having various types of barriers. Barriers basically means in short term we can say the problem which you are facing while communicating with each other. So lack of clarity, like lack of clarity. What do you understand by lack of clarity? Uncleared or message that leads to misunderstanding, complex language or a technical term that are not understood by the audience.